WIFTBPM.
Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No, what you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like, man, he said. Randy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we're about 60 years old. I be done had a heart.
You gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that? Yeah.
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this thing.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
Broken screen, crash system. Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Steve Stone did it.
Girl, it's something about the way you move, and it's something about the way you groove. Your body feels like we're dancing with the stars. Feels like we're floating like the clouds. Everybody up in here good tonight. Everybody doing that step tonight. And we don't want this night to end. Up in here off that rum tonight. Bet everybody get some tonight. Ask the DJ, can he play this all night long? DJ, play this song all night long. Yeah. Till the early morning sun. We gon' dance all night long. All dancing with the stars. Let's keep on floating like the clouds. Everybody up in here good tonight. No, we don't want this night to end. Up in here off that rum tonight, up in that rum tonight. And I just pray the DJ plays this all night long. All night long. Till the early we gon' dance. We gon' dance all night long. We'll be dancing with the feet don't fail. Oh no, feet don't fail me now. Feet don't fail me now. Oh no, feet don't fail me now. Everybody grab somebody now. Come on, come on, come on. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Everybody now. Come on now. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Tell the DJ, play this song all night long. Play this song. We gon' dance. Oh yeah, yeah. We'll be dancing with the stars. Oh. See, I don't wanna leave this dance floor. Feet don't fail me now. Oh no, feet don't fail me now. Feet don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. Oh no, feet don't fail me now.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20-piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that clothes on. Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that clothes on, girl, why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I wanna check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me all that you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put your grown on. It's something about you when you put your clothes on. Oh, when you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? Oh, when you're at the job just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor, giving more. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting your own woman. No, why you gotta look so good? With your hair done and your nails done, when you put that grown on, girl, why you gotta look so good? so good? Why you gotta look so good?
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, and I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside
WIIFTBPM.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got the soon to be sitting in the one spot. Ruthie, MF, and more in the building, putting me through. She making me, you know how the commercials say, you gotta get your heart rate up. You done got my heart rate all up. Got me all having palpitations. Ruthie Moore is gonna be in the number one seat in a minute.
No, I'm not.
What? Hey, y'all. I need y'all to show Ruthie all the love in the world.
I told Maze already.
I told you to get your co-host. I said, Ruthie, pick whoever you want to pick. Put them in. You should have a great show with them. And then y'all, Ruthie want to leave y'all at she want to leave y'all at 7. Nah, she not going to conclave. You're not going to conclave.
I put my Perry on.
You put your Perry on to represent.
You don't know. I might be going to the Sigma Conclave.
Oh, don't let me see. Now you know. Now Ruthie, don't let me see you at the Sigma Conclave.
Where's it?
Myrtle Beach.
All right, I ain't going down.
Right, it's hillbilly heaven. It is. It really is hillbilly heaven. I'm a little nervous. I've been looking at the pictures. I've been like, how many teeth them people got? All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. So look, y'all. Hey, Bob. And can I tell you what?
Can I tell you what? Did you know you have like super white fans too? Cause Bob Rader, every time something happens, he be like, Ruthie Moore. He be straight in my inbox like, Ruthie Moore. I be like getting her inbox, not mine, dog.
I ain't been on Facebook in a long time.
You don't be on nothing, Ruthie. I had to go through Asia. I had to look at a black girl named Asia's page, and then we see you like we see like your foot. Like we'll see like we'll see some. It'll be like go Ruthie Moore, and she ain't even in the you'll be nowhere even in the picture. So anyway, y'all, Ruthie is having she's having heart palp. She's really being ornery today. Because she is and you know what? Can I tell you what? There are very few people that I truly like, I'd be like, okay, you got my back. If I'm mad, you mad. We mad. You got it. Don't you worry, Maze. Ruthie Moore said last week she was going to do it. Now she breaking out. She faking out on me.
No.
Who wants to come in here and be with Ruthie Moore tomorrow morning? Because I'm just telling you.
If I get a co-host, I'll do it.
Reese.
I can't talk to myself like you be talking to yourself.
I don't. You can talk to Reese. Reese, turn on the light so she can see you. Turn on the light because you can talk to Reese.
Is over there. Reese, the glass.
Reese, now let me tell y'all what y'all could do. See, Reese, this is what I think you do. See, I think Ruthie, you come sit here. Reese, you sit right there, and then Reese, you got to do the Maze Jackson. I'm just telling you. I'm universal. Nothing stops my show. Like, don't nobody got to be in this mug. I'll be the host.
Why don't you just call in?
To who? You?
On the road. Call in to Reese on the road.
Ruthie, what are you doing? You keep removing yourself from the equation. Hey, y'all, if you want to, okay, check this out. Today, if you want Ruthie Moore to host the show when I leave and talk to Reese, and y'all will call in and keep her lively and make sure that she stays afloat. Because first of all, once you get something you want to talk about, you're going to snap anyway. You will. And it ain't like you. Now, remember, this is the same basketball. This is the same. I'm the best. Any team I'm on, I'm going to put it on my back and carry it, and we're going to win. We're never going to lose.
You can't
remember this?
You can't peer pressure me like
I'm
that.
Well, apparently they peer pressure people at the swimming pools. Did you see that story?
No.
Okay, well, we were going to talk about it. I had it all teed up for 7 o'clock, but you're trying to run up out of here at 7 o'clock. And I thought it was the perfect story for talk. You see how she put me through the flux, y'all? Ruthie put me through the flux, y'all. She put me through the flux. Cause who holding it down with Ruthie tomorrow morning? Don't make me have Sadiq come in here. See, Ruthie, I don't want this is my I didn't say let me call some dude and put him in the spot. I said, let me tell you what.
That's what I wanted you to do.
No, Ruthie. I feel like, it's like the proud, it's the proud, I'm like the proud, I can't say papa. Mm-hmm. I'm like the proud dude that's like, look at the little superstar go. It's like you're going to get your thing, you're going to get it cracking. It's like I'm going to be in the car laughing at you and laughing and being like cursing and screaming because y'all probably going to be saying some crazy stuff because y'all know how the millennials do anyway. And so I'm just excited to see how y'all are going to blow this up. So look, y'all, at 7 o'clock, we going to be like, Ruthie. Don't be like that, Ruthie. Don't be like that.
Yeah,
Ruthie.
I got a barbershop appointment for tomorrow and everything, man. Well, today. I'm going right after the show.
Because don't be like that, Ruthie. Y'all call in. What would be funny is if we called in LeRon, but LeRon don't want to get up in the morning. He don't want to get up because then we can have Reese and Ruthie, LeRon on the box, and it'll be the all millennial. Everybody at the top show. I'm telling you. So y'all, how many of y'all rocking with Ruthie today? See, look at that. Look at Devin. Look, Bob back in it again. He like, Ruthie, don't go. Please don't go away from me.
Oh, please don't sing.
I'll be there for you. Ruthie, you tripping. We gonna keep talking because y'all.
I'll consider it.
Ruthie, I need y'all to make sure Ruthie stay. Right? I need y'all aid and assist. And
Rich drill over there like I could do both over days over there. I don't go whatever. Yeah, and I'm Rich Driller.
Yeah, what he said.
Hey, Reese the Ruler, I fell asleep last night. So, man, I woke up this morning, I had like 9 texts. Can I just tell y'all, the chair be calling me. And then don't let it be like if my cousin stop by,
Jesus.
It's over.
The chair be like 6:30. I think I remember Carrie picking the word. I remember the black dude couldn't say foil and plastic wrap on what's the name of that show? Wheel of Fortune. That's probably what I remember from last night. So if you text me or call me last night, let me just let you know I was knocked all the way out. I think the former national president of Phi Beta Sigma called me last night, and he sent me one of them texts like, bro, like, cause if the president called, you don't answer when the president called. He be expecting like, you still awake. I was like, I just woke up I saw the phone call this morning, then I saw the text that said, bruh. And that was all it was. Like, oh damn. I started to call him at 5 o'clock this morning. Be like, you up? I see you called me. Anyway. All right, so yeah, y'all, I'm headed out to Conclave today. In case you don't know what that is the gathering, the national gathering of the members of Phi Beta Sigma, where we will convene on the city of Myrtle Beach. Let me also say that I probably am going to the meeting into the room, because they not getting me. They not getting me. You know what I'm saying? I'm masking up. I'm sanitizing up. I'm gonna be like, ain't no that. I'm just telling you, Mob. Like, I'm just be like, Frat, love you to death. I hit you with the, I'll give you the high sign or something, but ain't no dap, I'm gonna be in the bubble.
How much space you need?
I need a 6 foot perimeter. I'm on the 6 foot plan. Like, until I get with my bros from my chapter at our location, right? I ain't, no, cuz, nope, no hood, none of that. So bing, 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 stop.
Don't take it personal.
Don't even take it personal. I'm like, I know, because people watching now. So I'm just telling you. Like, they already be saying I act funny anyway, though. They be like, Mob, you be acting funny. I be like, Mob, I don't really act funny. It's just, I don't, amen. When you was made.
And you might have COVID, so it's just don't.
Well, now I be like straight up, like, because Ruthie, I'm in the 30-year club, so it's like you can't even. It's a lot of people I don't even just talk to. I like look, we got some lightweights for you to talk to. Like it's when we at the convention now. I'm in the space where, everybody can't sit.
Oh,
like no. If we convene, everybody can't sit. Yo, youngin', go get the beer. What you doing? You sit. You can't sit with the old. You can't even sit. You got to come pay tribute. Don't like. Well, let me tell you. Oh yeah, and I can't wait for the COVID version, because they're gonna have to drop the beer and keep walking. Put that case of Stella down right there. Give me a bottle of Cincoro. Thank you. Put it right there. Just put it right there. Move on. Yeah, I do. What I am gonna miss though is when the undergrads from our chapter, from my undergrad chapter come, because we usually stunt and be like, "What your undergrads doing?" Because our undergrads, we got our undergrads a house, and we got 12 rooms for the region, so that they could just, y'all ain't got a place. How it used to be. We stunt. So we be like, oh, your undergrads ain't got nowhere. Because when you used to go to the convention and everybody be like, where you staying at, Frat? Then everybody be all in one room and you be fight. Yeah, no, we don't do that now. We be like, they be like, we from Ezai. Be like, dang, y'all grad chapters, y'all alumni is the bomb. We be like, we know. You like, what are you talking about? That's all right, Ruthie. When you become the national, international president of your sorority,
I'm getting a suite.
Oh no! Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Did you ever? That's where I first found out about suites was at the convention. Yeah. Right, like the very first time I ever knew about a suite was like, hold on, wait a minute, because you go to a hotel. I'm not gonna front. I ain't have Instagram, so when I was growing up, it was Holiday Inn, homie. Like, you was a Holiday Inn, and Lord help you if you got some of them shrimp from the Holiday Inn room service that closed before 10. I remember the first time I went to the convention, and I went to the regional director suite, and it was like at the top, and it was like the whole floor, and I was like, wait, they got these in hotels? That point on, I ain't know what, man.
I know.
Man, and don't get and when you get the convention and you the president, you get the presidential suite. Man, when we was at the when we did the presidential suite in Washington D.C. at the hotel that Obama stayed at, it be having wings with its own pool, the whole joint. It's just outlandish. Ruthie, like, I know.
No,
I
see. No, I saw one in the same way that you talking about.
Right, you be,
I was like, okay.
Okay, I see how y'all, this what y'all, nah, I did be like, nah, wait, do we pay for this? And then, but then when I learned is that you, it rose. Cause I was like, I was the rebel. So I was like, hold on, y'all up here eating cheese and having, oh wait, y'all got a bartender in the room? I was like, are we paying for this? Cause if it is, I'm about to go tell the undergrads we coming back up here. And it was like, no, that comes with, once we book the convention, they throw that in. So I learned a lot. All right, y'all, but I'm gonna tell you, a lot of my world experience came from being a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, also my political experience. So it was one of the greatest experiences that I had. But Ruthie, I mentioned a little earlier about have you seen the story of the hazing that was going on over at the Park District? Ruthie, it's like I feel like as somebody but talked smack about me yesterday because I said that I really started to have a much better grasp on this sexual harassment stuff and all of that as I got older, and then it just really slapped me when it was my wife, and then double whammy when it was my daughter. And I was thinking about this, reading this story about what was happening to these girls over at the Park District and like the Baywatch and the peer pressure and all of that stuff. And I just got to say that as much Neanderthalian stuff that I talk about, I'd still be like, you got shoes on today? What are you doing with shoes on? And dang it, why you ain't in the kitchen? Anyway, but as much of that smack, Reese, why you shaking your head, man? You got the road with the man.
2021, you can't say that, man.
Hey, man. What did I say?
As much as that sounds good, trust me, it's not gonna happen. Okay, listen, I'm looking for a woman that can admit when she's wrong, and that's the hardest thing to find.
But I'm going to tell you, I read some of these stories as an adult, and I'd be like, yeah, man, we got to talk about this. Unfortunately, Ruthie will have to talk about it because she's going to have to tell you about it because I'm going to have to leave at it. But this story, I really tell you that this thing is really... a lot of this sexual stuff is baked into the way that people operate, and it's almost normalized. And I find myself at a different point in life where I'm saying like, yo, cause we can't be doing that. Like, there's a difference between mutual attraction and the things that happen in that space and using your authority to take, use, abuse, and it's like I read these stories and I really be like, oh my God, like, and I sometimes I feel like I say it and I feel soft saying it because you're supposed to be like, yo, but I'm like, y'all know, Joe, and if my daughter was in any of this, and I do a lot of times read this stuff, and it's been like that since she was like of age. Once I realized that people like you go to the store, to the mall, or you go somewhere and it's like grown ass men looking at your daughter, and you be like, well, dog, I'll knock your ass out around here. And so when I read these stories, it's just a little crazy for me. And we're gonna talk about it. How about the governor orders a statewide mask mandate for K through 12? I think he needed to do it. Because I do think if you leave it to people, I just think we're at a place where people just oppose everything for the sake of opposing it. And as DJ Reese gives me the sign, we want to say welcome to the WBGX 1570 AM audience, 1570 AM. We want to thank you all for being here with us today. You can catch us every day from 6:30 to 8 o'clock. So that's another reason that I need the boss who got shoes on today to make sure we don't burn that cash.
Oh my goodness.
I need you to make sure that cash don't be set on fire.
Now we talking about the business.
All right, Ruthie, check this one out. Actually, let's do this. Let's take a quick break. And then when we come back, I want to get into something that is really interesting. Did you see that a lot of people got cannabis licenses and now they're about to auction them off, cash out, and tap out of the game? As a matter of fact, the white guys are planning on holding a meet and greet where if you want to sell your cannabis license and tap out, you can.
That quick.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it, though. I think it's really interesting. I've been involved in some conversations, and I just hope that at least before we give the white guys the crack, we give the black guys the crack. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll talk about it when we come back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBPM. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:33 a.m. and I'm Reese the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, weather, and traffic update. Well, in traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop, 20 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare, 17 on the Eden. Inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange, 28. Back out to Deerfield will be 27 on the Eisenhower. Thorndale to the Loop will be 29 minutes. Back out to Thorndale, 33. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 29 minutes. Outbound will be 31. On the Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 34 minutes. 29 minutes back out to I-80. On the Dan Ryan, 18 minutes to the Loop. 15 minutes back out to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive south, 55th to Jackson will be 7 minutes. Jackson to 55th will also be 7 minutes. On the north side of things, we got Randolph to Bryn Mawr will be 8. Bryn Mawr back out to Randolph will also be 8. Today's weather, it is currently 68 and sunshiny. Today, expect a high of 86 and a low of 66. I'm Reese the Ruler, and that was your weather and traffic update. Now, back to Ruthie and Maze on the Maze Jackson Show.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in it for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
depot. Cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't doze no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze, it's Sonia, and Ruthie, and Todd, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we're united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed to solve them.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, who is actually going to be the show host, Miss Ruthie Moore, coming up at 7 o'clock. Plus, DJ Reese the Ruler on the wheels of steel.
Oh, he leaving us the keys at 7?
Please don't scratch. Okay, so this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to leave y'all the keys. Please
don't put no parameters.
Please, no. Yeah, here's the parameters. Please don't scratch the car.
Just do it. Nike.
Right? Just don't scratch the car.
You got insurance?
He look like he left us a little script though.
No, that's not a script. Actually, that's just me doing what I do in the morning. It's y'all show. Y'all get to do what y'all want to do. So y'all talk about what y'all want. Except wait. Ruthie. You know how when you leave, Ruthie, you write the names on the board.
I said yes that I'm gonna do it.
Ruthie gonna.
And you already gonna put the parameters on.
I just want you to put the names on the board if they put holes in the walls.
I ain't telling.
I mean, not holes in the walls. I mean, holes. You know, no, you ain't gonna tell. No snitch.
No.
Could you just make sure that it just don't happen then? Could you just make sure?
Or okay,
that's all I'm saying. Just I trust you. You know, I got trust issues.
Me too.
I know. That's what makes us a great team. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Ruthie Moore, DJ Reese the Ruler. I had a whole bunch of stuff, but what I do want to talk about before I get out of here is, what I want to tell. Have you all heard about what's going on? Reese, give me the big voice. Let me hear the big voice, and then we'll do it right there. Go ahead. Okay, well, when you get it, you just let me know. Give me the high sound, and I'll stop talking.
Social media question of the day.
All right, y'all. It is time for the social media question of the day. My question is, should black people be able to sell their cannabis licenses? Now, dig this. Here's what just happened. I was actually reading the story in the paper. Actually, I've been getting phone calls. I have been putting some money aside in the event that this would happen. But what I read in the paper is that a lot of the people, social equity candidates who got cannabis licenses are ready to chip out. They're ready to cash out. And so before I get into the story, I want to tell you kind of a story that I was telling Ruthie before I went on break, while we were on break. About 10 years ago, I went to Zimbabwe as part of the first business delegation, United States business delegation to visit in like 15 years. While we were there, the people knew that we were coming, and so every day they arranged for us to take business meetings for people who would like to do business with us. Every morning after I went to breakfast, there would be lines and lines of people with large plots and surveys of diamond mines, gold mines, platinum mines, every major resource that you could think of, they had possession of and they actually owned. But because Zimbabwe was had taken the land from white folks, taken their land back from the white folks who had stolen it from them, the rest of the world decided to put them under sanctions, which meant that they could not get the tools or the resources that they needed to mine the natural resources that essentially would make them one of the most powerful countries in the world, right? Because they essentially had more money and more resources, untapped resources than South Africa. along with the education to go with it. You may ask, why am I telling this story? Because it is the story of right now what I see happening with the cannabis industry and the social equity, some social equity candidates. First of all, let me start by saying that I believe that if you have an opportunity to become a millionaire, I think no one really has the right to tell you not to take the shot. I'm just going to tell you. Because it ain't that many black millionaires. So if you were wise enough to fill out an application and put it in knowing that just with the recipient of that license, it could turn you instantly into a millionaire, I have absolutely no problem with that. And I feel like anybody telling a black person that they can't do that is like denying them an opportunity that most black folks would never see. Mm-hmm. Okay? So let's stop with the self-righteousness and stop with the whole, oh my God, I can't believe that they sold their licenses. They're going to sell their licenses. Because, Ruthie, I'm just going to tell you, if somebody came to me and said, I will buy What's in It for the Black People Media for $10 million, I'm going to call you up. I'm going to say, hey, Ruthie, your time and energy is paid off. Here go your piece. I'm chipping you off. I'm going to look around. I'm going to say to Dawn, I'm going to call the people that invested. I'm going to say, let me chip you off, but I'm out. I'm out. Meet me in Jamaica. You take your, or wherever I'm at, y'all come visit, but I'm out. And I'm going to go do all the good black stuff I'm going to do, but I'm going to be my millionaire. I'm going to chip out. Now, What's in It for the Black People Media may go on to make that next person hundreds of millions of dollars. But for me, my life was changed. Mm-hmm. I can't look at what you did with where you went after that. I got to say, it's sort of like the Scottie Pippen deal, right? Like, I got a multi-million-dollar, I got a great idea, but if I don't have the economics to do what it needs to be done with it, and someone does and can take that and blow up, and in the meantime, my family's straight, I can go live, and I can go be a credit to my race or whatever I want to do. Who the hell is anybody to tell any black person in America not to take that opportunity?
It's a business model.
It is. It's a short-sighted business. And I don't even want to say short-sighted because I still think that's a diss.
Yeah. It's a business model.
Bingo.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's just not the most long. It doesn't give you the most long-term. But who knows? You could take that $1 million and invest it and turn it into the tech giant of the world or buy a house that real estate appreciates. So nobody has the right to tell anybody, in my estimation, that they can't. But what I do think is really interesting, and I want you to go back into white folks again, and I want you to realize that they don't just do stuff by happenstance. They put in it essentially will cost you $1 million even after you got the license to even be able to open up. Plus, you got to get the real estate. They put all these other things inside of it, right? That make it very difficult for the person with the license. You can't just raise $100,000 and go and open up your dispensary. You can't just go to the mall and put it in a spot. They have put in, even after you get over the hurdle of getting it, there are all these requirements that make it almost impossible for someone that is not super wealthy capitalized to build it. So now you looking at this license that you got in your hand, right? That even though you got it and it's a great thing, if you don't do something with it in 90 days and you ain't open it up or whatever else it is, it goes away. And so now somebody says, so you mean to tell me that you need $1 million to open up your dispensary? You got $1 million? Nope. But you got that license. So the white boys, when they wrote the law and said we're going to put the social equity piece in, said we're going to let you get it, but we're going to put it in a place where after you get it, we can still get it from you.
Got it.
So now what you find is that black folks, that there are people that are looking to cash in on the license because they never were going to have the money to be able to produce it. Now, I mean, to be able to, the $1 million. So that was their business model. Get the license, sell it. So now the question has to be, who gets to buy it and who sets the market? Because here's what the white folks gonna do, right? I'm reading the paper, and in the paper they say, well, it's worth, somebody said it's 5 to 15 million. And then now they was like, the white boys like, nah, we see it between 1 and 3, maybe up to 5. Right?
That's the low. The
right.
bottom. Okay.
But at the same time, we just saw the paper say that they sold $128 million worth of weed last month. So now, we got to be smart enough to say to the black folks in the space, we can't let the white folks organize the sale. They're going to have a meet and greet where the rich white folks is going to come together with the black folks and say, hey, let's mix and mingle. You want to buy yours? I'll sell you yours. I'll give you $3 million because I can go to the bank and get 100. I can't go to the bank, but I can go to my white investors and say, hey, yo, I can get this $128 million investment for $3 million. We make our money back the same month. But because we ain't got the $3 million and we don't got the people to go get the $3 million or the $1 million to open it up, we wind up stuck and we wind up having to sell our soul back to white folks. To me, before there should be any white auction, there should be a group of black wealthy people or a black collective that gets together and says, all right, Ruthie, you got 10 friends with 100 grand. Let's all go get our 10 friends with 100 grand and let's go buy the license before we let the white people sell it and buy it off the top.
Now that sounds like the first move.
Like, and then force the deal and then force and say, okay, well, if you're going to sell, don't sell it all. Sell 50%. Sell 25% and put the rest and keep the rest, or let small I don't have it. I don't have the model because I'm not the economic guy. What I am is not the blind guy, though.
Hello.
I don't have no problem with nobody selling. But are the white boys going to be the agents? Are the white boys brokering all the deals, right? So here's what you're going to have. You're going to have white folks herding black folks together. And I'm going to tell you, if you ain't lived $1 million life, once you see it, you're going to love it. And it ain't nothing, ain't no black power, ain't no nothing gonna stop you from going to exercise your peace. It's not. You might donate, you might go to all the funds, you might do your thing. But my question now becomes, how do we, knowing the market, understand this? See, my thing is, think about all the brothers we talked about that was trying to get a piece, right? Like now, it don't make a difference whether right now, they got a lottery today, and they got one more lottery. And then we're done with the lotteries. Now the key is, where is the money? Where are the economic investments? Who are the people who had money, or who are the black people that have money that can round it up to say, okay, man, if they charging $3 million for a license, can we go to, I talk smack about a lot of people, right? But can you go to the John Rogers and the Jim Reynolds and the LZ Higginbottoms and say, okay, maybe y'all don't want to be in the business, but you should invest because we got all these young people that if we pop these joints up, they're going to be successful. Because what you going to see is these Arabs are about to, you think they ain't going to get if they could get $3 million to put a beauty supply store up, they getting $3 million to put a dispensary up. And they gonna call Osama or whoever, and they gonna go straight to, where they go. Can I tell you what's gonna be crazy?
They got the infrastructure set up.
But Ruthie, here's what they gonna do though. They're gonna let me just show you how diabolical this is. They're gonna finance the cannabis dispensaries that they buy and put in our neighborhoods with our money. Cause they gonna call the guys from DTLR and all the clothing stores that y'all spend all your money in the gym shoes, and they gonna say, hey, Wally, I need $1 million. I got you. It's Saturday. The new Jordans come out.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Did I do that wrong? I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean it that way. But I'm just telling you. Just think about that. You're going to go to the dispensary in your neighborhood that you bought, that you financed, because they're going to use your kidney dialysis money. They're going to use your blood plasma money. They're going to use your corner store money, your gym shoe money, and your clothing store money. Then when the Asians going to use your hair salon money, and they're going to open it up and they're going to have a one-stop shop. Watch. And they're going to come up with some kind of nail that you can smoke from. Right? I'm telling you, they're going to super service you. Because they're going to notice everything that we have. Right now, you trying to tell me all the guys that we got and we can't come up with. Think about this. You probably, with a fund of $100 million, could probably walk in and buy all of the black licenses at a premium. You could go buy, with $100 million, you could go buy 20 of the black people who got licenses and give them better than any market share and still be ahead of the game. Imagine, again, they're making $128 million a month and still growing.
Yeah, so that is chump change in comparison
to what you can make. Remember all them people that was scared? All the old black people that was scared that it was a trick, that didn't want to get in, that had the money? Like, because again, now you ain't got to run the business. You could be the landlord and make the money off the dispensary and charge me a premium.
Mace giving y'all game.
So, the thing I'm really feeling right now, and it's like I understand the frustration, but I will tell you that if 10 black people sold their licenses for $3 million each, that might be more black millionaires made in a single year through government and wealth legislation. Now, it's not as much as you could have made, but at least you could start the count. I'm just saying, let's not get bought out of our own neighborhoods, because now remember, they're trying to raise the limits on cannabis. The mayor's trying to take away the limits so the aldermen won't have a say in who gets a cannabis license, where it goes, and now you'll see the proliferation, because as these 100 and something licenses come online, they got to have a place to go. So and there's going to be premium ones, because you know the ones downtown, they already locked up that space years ago because they got the money to sit on it. My question is, who controls what comes into our neighborhoods? Y'all can have downtown. We don't run downtown. But
it's about infrastructure. And ours is so disjointed. So it makes things like this very challenging. It seems like a no-brainer, right? It seemed like just a few phone calls and everybody would be there. That's how it should be. But our infrastructure is so disjointed.
And I'll be honest with you, you're right. And I don't even know who are the few phone calls that you can make.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? And who can make those phone calls? Here's my thing. I feel like in our generation, we still trying to ask the old guys, who are our millionaires? Who are our guys that get it? Here's the craziest part. I can get the money, but it almost feels like we have the ability to set the stage for these licenses. But we're allowing the white folks to set the stage. Like, if you could just hold and not jump when they say, but you say, we're setting it up. I read in the paper and I see Pam Altoff setting it up. Pam Altoff and the Association of Growers is putting together a meet and greet. The hell? Now you make the marks come, you had it, and what they're gonna take you to the Ritz-Carlton where you make them punks come into the neighborhood. And you make them go and walk the gauntlet through all the people that they locked up and sent to jail. So that when they negotiating, put the pressure on them. But just to be like, oh, well, they go invite, I'm not going even front. I like the Ritz-Carlton. I do. I really do. It's really nice. It really is nice. But again, you can go on your own. You can set your own stage. You can go there. Don't go as the guest. Go as the invitor, not the invitee. Don't be like, what is this, velvet? You know how your mom used to be like, act like you've been here before?
But a lot of us haven't.
So my point is, that's when you got to start talking to people and start saying like, okay, yo, that's what they count on. What they count on is the old Muhammad Ali joint. Hey, man, give me $20 million. Hey, Muhammad Ali, we owe you $20 million. Here's a certified check or I'll give you $5 million cash. I take the $5 million cash. This is a certified check, though. I take the cash. See, that's that whole we down so bad. That's that thing you be talking about. Cause I like, it's hilarious to me to watch people talk about like, hey, how many times in your life are you gonna have a chance to become a millionaire as a black person? Like, sign this piece of paper and you go from 0 to $1 million. So that's that holier than now, like non-reality based blackness that I feel like sets us up for failure. Don't tell a brother that give them a reason or give them a way to still grow and be a part of the community. But just because you chipping out, because you were smart enough and that was your investment model, I don't think that makes you less black.
You know, it's a business model. Like, some people create businesses just to sell them. Like, so I don't, you know, just because of the nature of how instantaneous people can become wealthy, and like you said, like, we don't get opportunities like that. My glass is still half full, that even if they cash out for the $3 million, that they still gon', you know, grow their wealth and do make investments within the community.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
but that's me being hopeful.
And I think that's us being, because
sometimes that's all we got.
Yep. And
they really might not have the infrastructure to set up.
They don't.
They might not have the capital or the staffing and all of the things that they wrote in them applications that they knew that they was gonna need. We living in a different world right now.
Hey man, y'all know black folks, when we gotta fill out an RFP, we be like, I can make it happen. I told you, I used to. You know how I got in the most trouble? Because I said I could get anything done for $5,000, and because we as black people really have to get anything done for $5,000, we believe it can, right? And now the reality of that is here, right? The reality of that is here. You can't deny the people the opportunity. That part I'm okay with. I just wish that we could still stay in control of it. All right, y'all. Ruthie, how you gonna do it? Please, thank you.
All right, I thought of I'll do it till 8. That can be the compromise, and I'll do it tomorrow until 8. Because I respect the business. But that's my compromise.
Okay. I'll get under that. Hey, y'all, this is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. I'm going to stay for just a few minutes after this break to make sure that they don't play that song. And then,
I thought we was going to do. You ain't been seeing them hashtags.
What them hashtags? Dante?
They say bring it back.
Hey, I heard it. I mean, but Dante, I did read some of the comments yesterday. Y'all whooped on Dante yesterday. That was hilarious. He like, I do whatever. See, that's why Ruthie. I told you if I had a gang, Ruthie would be the enforcer.
Maze, don't you got to get ready to go to conclave?
You trying to get rid of me already?
I got prep.
All right. Well, excuse me. This is the Ruthie Moore Show coming back after these messages. I'm your man, Maze Jackson. Hey, y'all, I'll be back on Monday. We'll be back. Peace.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTV PM.
Church Chicago's Power Hour. I'm your host, Angie Mims, and
Terrence Keys, TD, a.k.a. Terrence Daniels.
I wish I had one witness in the house.
You got one. Got a couple of them. Got two T's.
Give me a testimony.
Oh, Lord. He's did it before. Oh, Lord.
I got one. Something better. I got 5 reasons.
5 reasons. Oh, Lord. He turned it around.
Turn it around. He woke me up this morning.
Oh. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Go
number
ahead.
4?
He woke me up this morning.
Come on, number 3. Come.
He woke me up.
Oh, Lord.
He woke you up.
That thing can touch you.
I'm
One
telling
of
you.
them 5s will get you. What's the second one?
He woke
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, my God.
And the number 1 reason.
Number 1. Final answer.
He woke me up this morning.
He woke me up this morning.
That's a testimony.
That's a
Turn that thing
testimony.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:02 a.m. and I am Reese the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, weather, and traffic update. In sports, USA men's basketball took on Australia last night for a chance to play in gold medal game. Down 3 at the half, Kevin Durant and Drew Holiday led Team USA to a storming victory of 97-78. The Chicago Cubs still in the mile high, taking on the Rockies, down 2-0. Patrick Wisdom 3-run double in the 5th was enough to prevail the Cubs over the Rockies 3-2. The Chicago White Sox host game 2 against the Kansas City Royals at Guaranteed Rate Field. Lucas Giolito had a bad outing as he gives up 6 runs in just 4 innings, and the Cubs will lose 9-1. Now on the traffic, on the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop will be 25 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 17. On the Eden, inbound from Deerfield to Exchange will be 32. Exchange to Deerfield will be 27. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 34 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 41. Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan, 38 minutes. Outbound will be 34. On the Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 35 minutes. 29 minutes back out to I-80. On the Dan Ryan, 21 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes to 95th. The Sabo Lakeshore Drive, north and south, all 8 minutes. From 55th to Jackson will be 8. Jackson to 55th will be 8. Randolph to Bryn Mawr will be 8. Bryn Mawr to Randolph will be 8. And in today's weather, it is currently 70 and sunny. Today it will be a high of 86 with a low of 66. I'm Reese the Ruler. It's just me and Ruthie here. So we gonna free Dante, y'all. With What About My Love?
What about my love? Seems you have forgotten us. I do believe that something went wrong somewhere. What about my feelings? Do they mean anything at all? You got me so in love, I'm too blind to see. And that you got my love, now you wanna put me down. And that you got my love, got me standing on shaky ground. What about it, baby? What about the days and the nights we spent? What about the love we made so sweet? Are you sure you wanna live? Think it over, baby. 'Cause girl, I believe. I think you just might wanna change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, got me standing on shaky ground. What kind of way is that to treat your man? When I gave all that I never had, you got me going through changes of life with you. Are you sure you wanna live? Think it over, babe. 'Cause girl, I believe. I think you just might wanna change your mind. Know that you got my love. You don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Yeah. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. You don't come around. Now that you got all my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Before you leave out the door, before you leave out the door, baby, won't you change your mind? Really wish you would change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Now that you got my love, you don't come around. Now that you got all my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Oh my, I had a conversation with her. This is how it went. Before you leave out the door, before you leave out the door, baby, won't you change your mind? Oh, Lord have mercy. 'Cause I need you and you need me. you change your mind. I'll do better if you change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, got me standing on, shaking. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky Baby, won't you change your mind? Baby, won't you change your mind? Oh no, I've been hoping, baby. I've been praying, baby. Yes, I have. Baby, won't you change your mind? Oh no. I've been hoping, baby, yeah. I've been praying down on my knees, praying that you change your mind. Oh, Lord have mercy, I'll do better if you change your mind.
WIFTBPM.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. The Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, world. Wake up, Chicago.
Wake up, world.
Wake up, world. Wake up, Chicago. This is Ruthie and DJ Reese Darula. Maze left us in charge for the next 45 minutes and for tomorrow. So if you enjoyed today's show, make sure you tune in tomorrow because me and Reese and possibly somebody else, we're going to be holding it down. Welcome back, Dante. We changed our minds.
Baby, won't you?
We appreciate you popping up in the comments yesterday. People tend to love that song. I saw so many hashtags talking about free Dante, bring Dante back, won't y'all change y'all mind? So, welcome back. I resisted the urge to dance to it like Maze be doing, but I know that the people out there, that y'all enjoyed it. So, because Maze left us, let's talk about Maze, because he gone, but I know he listening. So before Maze left, y'all know Maze gave us a whole list of stuff we could and could not do because he don't know how to cut the cord.
Don't play in the toilet.
Don't make sure you turn the lights off when you leave.
Don't use all the air.
Maze gave us a list of things. And so, Maze, if you listening, we're not going to burn the place down. And I know where the fire extinguisher at. So we good. So when we think about Maze trying to guilt trip me into doing this show, the only thing that got me was when he brought up the business, because I know he's serious about his money and he ain't trying to just be flushing it down the toilet. So I got you, Maze, but only until 8 o'clock though. That was the compromise, because you know I couldn't let him have the whole. So Reese said he gonna hold it down with me. So
yeah, we got it, man, and we got to get somebody in here, and our phone lines, they are open. So
phone lines are open. The number to call in is 872-259-7474. So if you're out there listening to everybody on WBGX, give us a call. Facebook, Twitch, any social media, Instagram. Where else we at? YouTube, Periscope, Twitch. Give us a call. 872-259-7474. Okay, now I did think of some things that, like lines that Maze always says, like his transitions. So the one I think I'm going to use for today and tomorrow is, let me tell you. Because Maze always says that. So let me tell you. The governor had a wonderful, wonderful press conference talking about mask mandates. So I want to focus a little bit for the next few minutes to talk about the pandemic and young people and mask mandates in schools and vaccinations for young people. So I read some of the governor's remarks, and related to young people, it says that every time we think we know where the virus is headed, it changes and shifts. For example, unlike before, people 29 years and younger accounted for 12% of hospitalizations all across the nation. All across the nation, we are seeing young people with no other underlying conditions now on ventilators. So when we think about that, we are seeing an uptick in the virus related to young people. How does that impact areas where young people are supposed to gather, like schools? So now there is a mask mandate, related to schools. And so, Reese, I'm curious, you got youngins. So what do you think about that?
Well, my son actually went and got vaccinated because he just turned 18. So he was like real eager to get vaccinated. My daughter, I think so. Like at first it was strange because it was only like adults. Like at first they said like adults, kids gonna get it. Like at first when it first came, black people was like, black people can't get it. I know you remember that, right?
Of course.
You remember that? Black people, like you're a black person ain't got it. Then it started to like trickle. Like now a lot of black people getting it now. Kids, and then it was like an age difference, like the elderly, and then it was the then like the middle-aged people, and now kids couldn't take it or something like that. It was like weird, and now they authorized it for like 12 and up or something like that. So I really just think they trying to grasp at it because it's like real strange. Like you can have a baby, like a newborn baby that don't need the shot. You know what I'm saying? But they gonna be okay. It's like kind of weird.
Yeah, but I mean, even that they said that it's okay for pregnant women to get it. Okay, so when I look at young people like in the store and just out in the world, some of them have masks on and some of them don't. And I know my goddaughter, who is 2, it's not easy to get her to keep a mask on. And so you kind of have to start, I don't want to use the word training, but you got to kind of start training, the younger babies or the above 2 to actually wear the mask and how to wear it properly. In terms of it being a part of school, it seems necessary because of the variants and a lot of the unknown factors. And I think that's the reoccurring theme that we're seeing from a federal level down to a state level, is just related to a lot of the unknowns. And so when we take the knowns versus the unknowns, some people, you hear a lot of people say, you know what, you need to mask up, but we also know about the ineffectiveness of masks. So,
I mean, like, to me, it's like, if it's still to the point where you have to wear masks and everything, I always think about, like, okay, it's the room. It's so many people in there coming from so many, like, different families already coming in there. So it's, you know, like, I went to a school when it was 30 kids in the class. I'm sure it's not that now.
I don't think it's that bad no more.
But let's just say 20. That's 20 people dealing with 20 different families, doing 20 different activities a day. It's like, is that mask enough? You know, like, are they going to have it over their nose the whole entire time? Like, you know, that kids and something like that, they may get around their friends and take it off, and you never know. Like, I may be cool with you. I take my mask around you, and then I go be cool with Maze at his. You know, it's so much.
Well, I think it's one of those things where it's just like, something is better than nothing. And that's kind of how, you know, we've been operating in the pandemic, because we just don't know. And so there's a lot of just conversation surrounding mandates, vaccine mandates, mask mandates. Some employers are requiring their employees to be vaccinated in order to work. And so I think that is an interesting dynamic that's sort of happening, especially when we think about the societal pushback that's happening all across the globe related to some of these same mandates. So, for example, in New York, some of the workers, you got to be vaccinated. I think that is also a part of the plan that Governor Pritzker laid out for some of the long-term care facility workers to be vaccinated. So as we enter sort of this societal shift into mandates related to, like, kind of personal decisions, I think it's a slippery slope, and that's why there's so much pushback related to it.
Definitely is, you know, but I feel like it definitely is going to be necessary,
necessary to mandate.
To mandate, I think right now we kind of get careless. Like, you see how our numbers are going back up now. That's because before it was like you can't, like, you had to have a mask, man. I'm sure you didn't remember times where you didn't walk halfway down the block and then, forgot my mask.
Got my mask.
Situations, and now it's like I walk in stores now. Like, I've never been stopped without, like, a mask now. Like, I remember it, like, days we be like, no, you know. So I believe that we just are letting up. So beyond.
So hold on, let's talk about the letting up part. So okay, this is just my opinion, but the let up happened once people started getting vaccinated. Because remember, it was, if you get vaccinated, you don't have to wear your mask unless you're around this group of people. Like, it was a lot of confusing directives that initially kind of came out. And I think that's what started, I ain't gonna say the free fall, but that's kind of what started the free fall. But I feel like that was, I'm not gonna use the word a ploy, but that was a motivation and encouragement to get people vaccinated, to say, if you get vaccinated, you can take your mask off. But we see that was very not so good guidance.
But everybody ain't vaccinated. Like, I be looking at that, and I'm like, I know everybody ain't vaccinated that don't have a mask off. You know,
because how would you know?
That's what I'm saying. So I believe that, I mean, we should keep our card on us.
What?
And you don't keep your card on you?
What? No.
I keep my card on me at all.
Why?
Because I'm vaccinated, and sometimes in some places. So, like, I went to like a reggae club, I think.
And they asked you for your card?
It was two sides. It's so crazy. Like, it was a side of vaccinated people and a side of unvaccinated people. And if you was unvaccinated, they gave you, like, I mean, if you was vaccinated, they gave you like a wristband and you could take your mask off. But if you was not, you did not get a wristband. You could not, like, come on this certain side of the club. And if you had your mask off.
This was in Illinois?
They throw you out. Yeah, it was up north.
Oh, wow.
It was up north.
Okay. Well, that is very interesting. I don't think I have not been asked for a vaccination card. I've been traveling. Ain't nobody asked for nothing. Nothing at all.
That's the first and only time. It was like, are you vaccinated? I'm like, yeah. Like your car, I showed them. They like, okay. Wristband. They was like, this is the vaccinated people side. You can do both, but if you are unvaccinated, you can't come to this side of the club.
But why though? If you're still breathing the same air.
It sounds nice.
So that's why I think the other day I called it theater. Like a lot of it's to me theater. And I think we kind of just going with anything is better than nothing, which, I can agree with in some aspects, but it just seems like a lot of just theater. All right. You got anything else to say about mandates and requirements?
Like I'm with people, so you know how like we've been going out of town and it's like crazy. So like a few friends of mine and a few family have been going out of town and coming back with something.
Really?
Yeah.
They've been like out of the country or like just out of the state?
Out of the state.
Dang.
Out of the state, going state to state, catching it. Like I'm with them, like starting to screen these people as they getting off the plane. Like I know it sounds crazy, but
so you say people should be how should they be screened when they get off the plane?
I don't know the tech. No.
I mean, you think that should be swabbed? Like I know that's something with foreign travel from certain countries.
It should be domestic too. It should be domestic too. Like if you're traveling, especially to these places that got hot COVID areas and stuff like that, when that plane land, a part of your plane should be you will take a COVID test, like point blank period. Like that should be mandated.
Who gonna pay for it?
Well, probably us in our ticket. They like you may see a small uptick in your ticket price, like $5 or something.
Interesting. Okay. Somebody said, "What's the theater? Please explain." So it kind of reminds me of TSA and how TSA is not it's designed as security, but it's more so about the theater of security. And so a lot of the things related to COVID are the same. If you are in the same building, steps away from somebody and one side is vaccinated, the other side is unvaccinated, you're still breathing in the same air. So that's just why I called what Reese was saying was theater when he told me that when he went to a club it was segregated in that way.
Segregated.
I mean, that's the right word, right? Segregated.
Just sound fun.
No, right? It does. It does.
You got COVID? Nah, man, you over there with him, man. You over there. No shot on this side. Shots on this side. Like
interesting.
Crazy.
Okay, but I don't know about those increased ticket prices though for domestic travel it's COVID testing though.
It's your health for $5 extra.
As long as it ain't Spirit, because they gonna charge more than that. You got to pay for your bag. You got to do all these things.
They probably gonna have to swap somewhere else. You don't want Spirit, okay? So yeah, anything.
Okay, good. That's interesting. So, one thing that always kind of scares me about that is what's the line? Like, what's the line between then like being able to mandate somebody who got COVID to stay in this particular area for X amount of time, like. What's the line between which segues into the next point related to is it time for the government to use authority related to the virus?
Yes.
You say yes?
Authority how though? Like what's authority?
Authority. Like what you just said, that if you want to travel domestically, like you got to get a COVID test when you get off the plane. If you want to travel internationally, maybe you got to take the vaccine. Foreign travelers, if you want to work in a school, you got to get vaccinated. Like things like that. Like, is it time for the government to take authority in relation to some of the COVID response?
Yeah, because as you can see, a year ago, when they did take a little bit more authority, like when they did shut down businesses, when they were at like only 25% now, 50% now, we did see lower numbers. But like you said, once they let they foot off the gas, like if you vaccinated, go anywhere, do what you want to do. Now everybody like, well, like you said, I don't got my card, man. How you know? It's my word against yours. I'm vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whatever. But I believe that if they put a little bit more authority on it, like You know what I'm saying? We respect it. Like, hey, man, like, you can't come somewhere. Like, if you want to go somewhere and they said no mask, you go and get your mask. So if the government mandate more authority that we have to find by, like, even if they offer, like, okay, y'all, we got to wear masks for the rest of the year. If an officer say you, like, without a mask, it's like a fine or something. You know, it'll do something, but it'll provoke people to wear masks and do stuff like that. If you go, like, on a trip, if you go out the country for sure, you got to have you a test to even, you know, maybe even leave it. Like, I know, like, some countries in, like, DR, if you come there and I think before you leave you have to take one or something like that, and if you got it, then they put you in, like, a whole nother hotel for a week.
So it's okay. So this can go in a few different areas. So the first thing is related to when we were in lockdown. When we was in lockdown. Remember all the societal unrest that happened?
Yeah.
And if you look now in some countries, people are hitting the streets protesting because of lockdowns. And I think here in America, people just looking for a reason to, I ain't gonna say to protest, but people looking for a reason to be unsettled, for unrest. And I think that's why the United States government is kind of only sticking a few toes in the water related to these mandates, because they don't want people to just
the chaos, you know.
They don't want people to start, you know, going crazy. But the thing that you got to pay attention to is what's going on globally, because before stuff generally comes to the United States, it's happening somewhere else across the globe. And if you look at just other Western governments and how Western governments are doing right now, it ain't looking too good in terms of trying to keep people locked down. When I think about government sort of authority over things, it makes me think about like smoking. Like, I don't want to be sitting in a restaurant with somebody that's smoking a cigarette across the table from me. If you leave it up to people, they would still likely exercise their right to smoke in a restaurant. So it's either you put the pressure on private businesses, corporations, or either the government is going to take control. So that's one area where it's like, for me, it's a slippery slope in relation to government control over some things. Look about just as black people, how sometimes the government and the army had to step in when we just trying to go to school. But, you know, so it's an interesting dynamic just as a black person, because on some things I feel like, hey, I need the government to step in and help me with this. But on the other hand, it's just like, where is the line? Like, what is the line? And I think when that line is blurry, just like it is right now, nobody knows. And so it's like Maze was saying the other day, it's difficult to know who and what to trust.
They got people talking about some lockdown as a form of prison. That's like I don't get it. It's not a, people talking about like a lockdown. It's not a lockdown. It's like, it's for your health. It's to contain the spread of a virus. Like, people get so itchy, or they feel like this is America. You can't tell me what to do. You know, I mean, you know, it's a free country.
But that's
like
but
it is true.
That's true though.
So now when the government is trying to save some life, which I just think, to be honest, I'd be like, hey man, you tell these people about it. If they want to take it, they take it, man. You know, I'm always with it. If you die, you die.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if it was told to do this, you didn't do it, and then you died because of that one, it was a result. It's like consequences. Maybe some people will, some people won't. I don't think that we will ever have control of the virus, especially not this soon. Maybe like an idea, you know, like, but I don't think like a full grasp of it. Plus, it's a mutating virus, so it's a constant work on it. You know, like we worked on this one for like a year and a half. Now they working on the Delta, and now they talking about, so we gonna need a booster and all this. So,
what you think about the booster? Somebody in the
like,
comments asked that.
It's just about to me, I believe that COVID is gonna be just like the new flu shot. Like, you're just gonna have to get the shot and probably get a booster every year to like a mutated virus. Like that's all it is. Like it may be Delta, and then it may be Ada next. You know what I'm saying? Ada. You know, it may,
you ever had a job that required you to get the flu shot?
No.
Me either. But I think some jobs might require you to get the flu shot.
Yeah, like if you work at like a daycare, I do know somebody that works at a daycare and they have to get the flu shot, or like a school. I do know somebody like that.
All right. So I saw a comment from Brother Steve Edwards that said, we really believe the government is trying to save our lives. So I heard somebody say that, why not give us better access to like fresh food? Like, why? Like, the government response to this has shown me that literally the government can snap their fingers and send us out some checks. No, seriously. So that's that. It really changed my perspective on really reparations for one, but it also changed my perspective on how I view poverty and environmental health and food deserts and things like that. Like literally the government could really be invested in trying to solve these problems, because we see that the government response to COVID, like anything goes. They extended the moratorium, like anything seems to be able to go. And so the thing that I feel like about our generation having to live through this pandemic, like it literally has shown us that anything goes. Literally, the government can tell you one thing 1 second, the next second they can tell you something different. And so it just kind of makes us have to be more aware. And I don't really know what the long-term psychological effects of the pandemic is having on young people, because I know what it's doing to us, like social unrest, civil unrest, but I can't imagine like what it's doing to young people. And now that it's kind of now that they gotta go back to school, because I don't think it's no more remote. I don't think it's no more. Yeah, I don't really see it. I feel like people want young people back in school buildings. So now that we're introducing them back into these, environments, we got the mask in. What does a vaccine mandate look like now for students? What does it look like if a student does? Like, what are the protocols? How will the protocols be implemented? So I think there are so many questions that people don't necessarily have the answers to. And a lot of it is we just figuring it out as we go along.
Yeah, definitely. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. I believe that.
But if you're figuring it out as you go along, don't make your stuff sound like it's supreme law science. And I think that's the thing that creates the mistrust.
I believe at the point maybe what they locked down. So yeah, I think these people been going to school for years, and I know we black for sure. Black people are so hypocritical on medicine. Like I had a grandma that wouldn't take no medicine. It was
why though? Why not?
Pray on it. But from her era, she like grew up, I guess, in like the little when they were doing experiments to black people. So like her mind was already trained a certain way. We grew up in a different little modern area. Well, I mean, we literally take vaccines until we like 12, like every year. 3-4 shots and never question it as a kid just because it's mandated to go to school, so if they was to like never say nothing and just the next generation just a mandate as a regular shot, you probably would just like get your child a shot and not even know it.
But see, somebody in the comments said, well, it was highly suspicious the way that they tried to get us to take the shot.
Yeah, they was definitely bribing us with anything that they can. Free rent,
you could take your mask off. Like literally
free tattoos, a lot of balloons tickets. I'm sitting in there, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if they would have did crab legs, they would have.
Don't do it, Reese. Don't do it. We ain't that bad. Not crab legs.
If they would have did crab legs, oh my soul, they would have got so many people. They would have got y'all.
All right, so we gonna go to break, and Reese get us a song ready. We're going to go to break and we're going to finish it off. And we're going to be talking about some of the good things that have come out of the pandemic. Because we all know we can't end it all on a bad note. Because we be, talking about all this heavy stuff. So take us to break, Reese the Ruler.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBPM.
Hey y'all, this is Salim Muwakil from Muwakil's World. In case you missed the last discussion, this is what you missed.
There was a time when there was a large scale mythology that African people had no endurance. We were only good for sprinting.
Right.
And that was our forte. Other than that, we were useless in marathon races. Establishing your patrimony on the land. If you bury the dead, that means that this land is forever in your family.
Who are our ancestors, really? We are the living ancestors to a whole genealogical line going back hundreds of thousands, millions of years that we carry within us living today. Everyone who preceded us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, however, that conception took place, whether it was violently, with rape, or whatever the case, but we are them living today.
That's why it's important to understand our capacity, man. Our capacity is unlimited. We have unlimited potential.
Absolutely.
So make sure you tune in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 1 p.m. on What's in It for the Black People Media.
You sure looking good tonight, baby. I just wanna make sweet love to you tonight, baby. If you don't mind, let me tell you.
Hey there, sexy lady of my dreams. Can I have you here with me? I just wanna love you down. Yeah. I'm making you scream my name. Loving your body. I'll be kissing your body. And I'll be caressing your body. Oh, baby, just come on. Loving your body. I'll be loving, feeling your body. And I'm gonna touching your body all night, baby. Now I'm about to fulfill your fantasy. So come a little closer, bring your body to me. I'm trying to take my time, I won't rush at all, 'cause you deserve the best. I'm gonna love, I'm gonna kissing your body until the morning comes. Caressing your body, oh baby, just come on. Loving your body, and let me feeling your body, and I just wanna touching your body. If you don't mind, baby, let me love. Loving your body, I just wanna kissing your body. Don't stop me, baby. Kissing your body, oh baby, come on. And let me feel your body. Please, baby, touching your body. Baby. La 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 la. Oh, baby. Please. Oh, please, baby. We're gonna get it on tonight. Let's get it on. Kissing your body all night, baby. Kissing your body, oh baby. Don't stop, no. Loving your body, just let me love you. I just wanna touch your body, you all night long. Come on. I wanna do it again. Kissing your body, I wanna do it again. Kissing your body, I just can't get enough of you, baby. Feeling your body, touching your body. I just wanna feel you tonight, baby.
Wake up, world. Wake up, Chicago. You got Ruthie and Reese the Ruler holding it down for Maze as he went to the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated Conclave. Shout out to all of the Divine Nine. You know, we got a little static, Reese. All right, so as Reese is working on that, shout out to Maze for leaving us in charge for the next couple days. Tomorrow, we also will be holding it down until 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, we bouncing. So shout out to everybody listening on WBGX and YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, and I know I'm forgetting one. All of the streaming platforms. So we're talking a little bit about the global pandemic and how we are, headed down the road toward mandates in certain areas. And what does that look like? What does that mean? And, I feel like, on the morning show, we be talking about some heavy stuff a lot. And so let's kind of talk a little bit about some of the good things that have come from the pandemic. So the first thing that I can think about is the ability for some people to work remotely. I think that has been such a lifestyle change for a lot of people. And I think that it is also a little bit of some privilege associated with being able to work remotely because everybody's job function does not afford them that ability. But also it's a protection nowadays. So it's not just a privilege, but it can be a protection against the virus. Reset. They can't hear. Okay, they can't hear the static, so we good. All right. So, and I can tell we good because did Maze text you yet? Did Maze call you? So you know we good. All right. So, now, other good things that have come from this global pandemic. What about the ability to spend time with your loved ones? Because it wasn't a lot of stuff to do. So as the world is opening back up, are y'all still spending time together? Or are y'all bouncing out the house to go kick it? So I know people talk a lot about how during the shutdown that just domestic situations were like up. And so now that the world is open back up, I hope that a lot of people have settled into being around each other. Other things that have come from this global pandemic. PPP. I know some people that got the PPP loans. And I know some people that ain't got to pay them back. So, I think that is a really good thing. I hope that y'all are doing right with that money and growing y'all's businesses.
And pandemic kids, that's what happened a lot too.
You know what? Pandemic babies. I actually know 5 people that are having babies right now.
Yeah.
So you're right about that. Pandemic babies.
Stuck in the house with her all day. You ain't nothing else to do, I guess.
I talked to a couple people that had babies during the pandemic because we've been in lockdown for we out of lockdown, but we was locked down for a while, and they said that it was actually, aside from the experience with the healthcare system, being able to be at home, with your newborn baby was it was everything beyond the maternity leave. Now I ain't gonna lie, after a while, I think they got a little old. They're like, okay, I gotta send this baby when the daycare is opening back up. But I think that was truly something different that we got to see in society. So I think the things that society has shown us over these last couple years really has our wheels spinning as to what life could actually be like in America. And some people call it the New World Order. I wouldn't necessarily. I think that there is a new world order happening in relation to different aspects of society. But what are some of the more positive things? So beyond pandemic babies.
It's to me, it really a show that America can work from home. Like us, the days of us really getting up and going to work. I can see probably won't last too much longer.
Now that's controversial because they always say our work ethic is off.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah. My girl is at home working and she take naps.
They don't be putting her on blast. Don't put her on blast.
I'm trying to tell you, she put a call on hold, but like, hold on real quick, I'm fixing something, and then go lay and take a whole 5 minutes, then get back on the phone and say, yeah, I'm still doing it, I'm rebuilt. Like
that's called a perk.
You don't gotta tell me.
That's called a perk.
I'm trying to tell you. But the funniest thing though is that literally the computer's in the room and she's late to work every day. Like all you gotta do is roll over. So, but I think it did show us like we can do stuff like without.
It showed us we could do a lot. We could storm the Capitol. It showed us that we can get statues taken down by protesting. It showed us that that relations with the police can change. Like it's shown us a lot in such a short amount of time, and it like literally like seismic shifts in societal thought. Some things like it's so easy to go to the negative, like to talk about like the disparities that this has really created and that this is really shown, and a lot of the holes that need to be plugged in terms of getting people career readiness and job readiness skills so that they can have jobs where they can work from home, because we know that that's the way that society is shifting, so it's kind of like a reset that's almost happening. Boosie says you pillow talking to the world. You are, but it's all good. You better, yeah.
Not at all, but I feel you. It definitely showed us a lot different. Like in a matter of a day, you can see how the world can change. Like that's what I saw. Plus,
do you think it's shown that people have the power, or has it shown us like the opposite effect of that, in your opinion?
I think it showed both, but I definitely think it showed that people do have a power. It's just like you said, man. We was getting checks on us like it ain't nothing, Now they, like giving out monthly stipends if you got kids, man. I'm talking about they sent my kids like my daughter was 11 with a link card.
For the food program, right?
At this show. But then but I didn't see my mother had to damn near fight them to get some link. And when I was growing up, and now it's like you get a link card, It was just so it showed me, but it showed me that people do have power, and still to this day, like it's so much going on. Like it's kind of reminded me of like the 60s when like everybody is kind of revolting and trying to like establish who they are in life and going against the government type stuff. But I definitely think people are exercising their rights and their power for sure.
So you said going against the government, like, and so that's like such a I don't want to use the word taboo, but it's like such a taboo like thing to think about, and then people say, oh, you're an anarchist and blah 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 blah. When we think about like how the white people stormed the Capitol, when we think about all of the large scale protests that were happening, it was kind of like anti-government, but also anti-systems that the government uses, like the political system or the system of policing. And so I do feel like that the power has been in the hands of the people, and not only is there like a major reset going on, but people are jockeying for position, if that makes sense. Like, so when I say they jockeying for a position, you got people already thinking about like post-pandemic careers, and I say pre, during, and post-pandemic capitalism. Like these are all things that people are thinking about.
And because I look at a lot of my friends, like and what's so crazy that I have been networking myself with different people. So like besides this, I got some other stuff going on. I got some people that's owning businesses. Like my man just owned a business in Forest Park, and they had a cigar lounge next to it. But now since all this, like I said, I ain't gonna say where he got the money from, but he got his own little club now. So I do see a lot of good coming out of this. Like even though it was a lot of bad and we had to lose a lot of people, like because I definitely did lose a few family members from COVID. So, so I do understand that. But I do see, like you said, capitalism. It was able for, like, the government to, like, give us money. And if you was smart, you could have grew that. I called it a pandemic. Like, I don't know what a pandemic is.
Good one, Reese.
I called it a pandemic because I never seen so much money given to you.
Just
given to you. You not even had to ask. Like,
here you go.
Unemployment, like, I'm mad I went back to work. They was paying me.
You could have got that $600. That's $600 a month, right?
More than what I was already getting.
I understand.
I literally paid all my bills and still had like $1,500 left a month on my card. My card came in like 2 weeks. Like, I've never seen an urgency that the government has put on. So, like, it showed me a different side. Like, oh, if y'all want to get some shit done, y'all can definitely get it done. Stuff done. So y'all get stuff done. Yeah.
But I told you earlier that all it made me think about was, if they could easily do this, why can't we get reparations? Like, that's all. Every time I see money going into all these different places, it just makes me feel like, okay, the government does have the power to do this. But I do kind of recognize that I think we are as close to reparations as we probably ever been, except for the original concept, until they assassinated Lincoln. But I think we are the closest that we've probably been, and I hope that we can capitalize off of the energy surrounding the government giving out all this money, like, and actually galvanize to get reparations.
I wish they would, like, and then that showed me that, man, they could fix these potholes in Chicago. You giving away all this money. It was some of that money y'all ain't using.
But that's funny. Sometimes I think they leave potholes at certain places because they want people to slow down. That's my theory.
That's a good one.
That's my theory.
Okay, that's a good one, but still, though, nah.
But still, you ain't going?
My taxpayer money, even though it's coming back to me right now, but
this normally I'd be like, oh, I don't have any children, but I will tell you, all this money that people with kids been getting since the pandemic made me question my life choices.
But the only thing I didn't like about the pandemic is I had filed my taxes in 1980. And they didn't even give it to me into 2020. Like, they held
it was a backlog.
Held my taxes so long, and then I filed like the second day.
So because you wanted your money?
No, I usually don't. Like, I'm a late filer. Like, because I love to go on my social media and look like, okay, you got your refund, you waiting on your refund, But and to see how they interacting. But this time, because of the pandemic, I'm like, I'm gonna file early and get it out the way. I filed January 19th at 11:59. I clicked the button. Okay, I was a second there. I was on it. When I tell you that it came, I'm telling you, it took so long. I'm
I'm listening. I'm with you.
You gave me all this money and now you can't give me my taxes?
Somebody told me that they don't like giving the government a loan, so they rather just calculate their stuff, kind of like have their accountant crisp so that they just end up paying the government at the end. Now that's risky unless you got to have your books in order, but I get it. So Ready Rock said it wasn't really a lot of money unless you receive the PPE. Okay. So thank you, Ready Rock. So I don't feel bad about not having a pandemic baby.
No, it really wasn't. You just got like some little extra link. Like, it wasn't no extra. You got some extra link, and that was probably it.
All right. So, thank y'all so much for rocking with us until the end. Maze ain't called us. He ain't texted us. So I think what he say? He said we did a good job.
He said we did a good job. State of 9.
Yeah, okay. So I appreciate everybody. We're going to do this again tomorrow. Reese, I'm going to call you. I'm going to text you so we can have our topics together for tomorrow. So for the Maze Jackson Morning Show.
Ruthie Moore Show right now.
Ruthie and Reese holding it down. Maze, we appreciate you for entrusting us with the mic. Look, it ain't no smoke because it ain't no fires. Thank you for giving me these topics that you wanted me to talk about. So, for the Maze Jackson show, you know, I think he goes out by saying that if you don't like it, you can tell them Maze said. And so I guess if you don't like it, you could tell them Ruthie. You can still tell them that Ruthie said. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.